Picture a skyscraper so massive it towers over Europe, built with $1.8 billion, only to face a chilling flaw that could bring it down. This is the Lakhta Center, a frozen giant hiding a secret Russia wants to bury. Stay tuned, because this story is wilder than you think. In the icy outskirts of St. Petersburg, Russia, stands the Lakhta Center, Europe's tallest building at 462 meters, or 1,516 feet. Its twisted, flame-like design is a symbol of Russia's ambition, but behind its shimmering glass lies a tale of staggering costs, engineering battles, and a problem unique to its Arctic home. This is the story of a $1.8 billion gamble that's starting to crash. The Lakhta Center wasn't just built to be tall. It was built to make a statement. Launched in 2011, this 87-story tower was designed to house Gazprom, Russia's state-controlled gas giant. By its completion in 2018, the cost had skyrocketed to 120.7 billion rubles, about $1.8 billion, more than Dubai's Burj Khalifa, which cost $1.5 billion. Why so pricey? And why build it in Lakhta, a remote spot far from St. Petersburg historic core? Originally, Gazprom planned the tower in St. Petersburg city center, a UNESCO-protected gem. But locals and heritage activists protested, arguing a 462-meter skyscraper would ruin the skyline. Facing backlash, Gazprom relocated to Lakhta, a former industrial sand depot in the Gulf of Finland. This move created a logistical nightmare. The marshy ground demanded a massive foundation, setting a Guinness World Record in 2015 for the largest continuous concrete pour, 19,624 cubic meters, enough to fill 6 Olympic-sized pools. Over 2,000 piles were driven 82 meters deep to stabilize the tower. The design, by British architect Tony Kettle of RMJM, features a 90-degree twist, making it one of the tallest twisted skyscrapers globally. Its 16,500 curved glass panes, crafted by German firm Joseph Gartner, withstand winds up to 85 miles per hour. The twist reduces wind resistance, eliminating the need for a damping system, a rare feat for super tall buildings. Built by Turkish contractor Rönesans Holding and managed by AECOM, the project was a showcase of engineering prowess. But its remote location and ambitious design drove costs through the roof. The Lakhta Center is built to survive Russia's brutal climate, where winters hit -30 degrees Celsius and winds howl across the Gulf of Finland. Ice buildup is a constant threat, especially on the tower's open mesh spire at 462 meters. Falling ice from that height could be deadly, like missiles raining down. To counter this, engineers installed ice-catching frames, tested to trap ice safely. Some ice is even reused for the building's air conditioning, earning it an LEED Platinum certification for sustainability. The 16,500 glass panes are designed for extreme weather, with automatic shutters and valves to regulate temperature. Excess heat from equipment warms the interior, while soundproof walls and floating floors keep noise low. The tower is a self-contained hub, housing 8,000 employees, a third for Gazprom, plus a sports center, science museum, planetarium, and a 357-meter observation deck with stunning Gulf views. But this innovation came at a cost. The foundation, glass, and ice systems pushed the budget to $1.8 billion. Gazprom, funded by its oil subsidiary Gazprom Neft, faced scrutiny over financial transparency. Whispers of mismanagement and inflated contracts swirled, though no public ledger exists to confirm where every ruble went. The tower's remote location added costs, requiring new roads and utilities. Was this a necessary expense or a symbol of excess? Now, let's tackle the Lakhta Center's $1.8 billion problem. It's not just the cost, it's what it represents. By 2018, the tower's price tag outstripped the Burj Khalifa despite being half its height. Why? The foundation's record-breaking concrete pour and 2,000 piles were expensive. The custom glass panes and eye-catching systems added millions. Building in remote Lakhta meant creating infrastructure from scratch, inflating costs further. But there's more. Gazprom's lack of financial transparency sparked questions. As a state-controlled giant, its spending is less scrutinized than Western firms. Critics suspect some of the $1.8 billion may have vanished into murky contracts, though no hard evidence exists. The absence of a detailed cost breakdown, as noted by Interfax, fuels suspicion. The ice problem is another headache. The Spire's ice-catching frames are innovative but require constant maintenance. In St. Petersburg, where snow and ice clog streets due to poor communal services, maintaining a 462-meter tower is daunting. A single failure could send ice crashing down, endangering lives and Gazprom's reputation. The tower's location is a bigger issue. Lakhta, miles from St. Petersburg's vibrant center, feels isolated, surrounded by rundown houses. Employees face long commutes, and the area lacks urban energy. Was this a practical headquarters or a vanity project for Gazprom to flex its wealth? Russia's economy adds context. In 2018, sanctions and oil dependency strained finances. Spending $1.8 billion on a skyscraper seemed extravagant to many, who argued the money could have funded hospitals or schools. The tower became a symbol of misplaced priorities, especially as Gazprom's gas exports faced challenges. Yet, the Lakhta Center has strengths. It won the 2020 Emporis Skyscraper Award and CTBUH Awards for its facade and engineering. Its observation deck draws tourists, and its sustainability features are cutting edge. But at $1.8 billion, was it worth it? If the Lakhta Center wasn't ambitious enough, Gazprom announced Lakhta Center II in 2021. A 703-meter, 150-story tower that would be the world's second tallest, behind the Burj Khalifa. Designed by Kettle Collective, it promises the highest occupied floor and viewing gallery at 590 meters. But as of 2023, progress is stalled. A yacht club was demolished, but construction hasn't started. With Russia's economy hit by sanctions and the Ukraine war, can Gazprom fund a $2 billion plus project? Lakhta Center II would face amplified charges. Ice buildup at 703 meters would require advanced systems. Winds at that height demand structural innovations, even with the twisted design. Costs would dwarf the first tower's $1.8 billion, especially with inflation and economic isolation. Why build it? Gazprom calls it a business hub, but critics see it as another power play. The original tower's isolation raises doubts. Will a second tower transform Lakhta or double the problem? The Lakhta Center's future is uncertain. Maintenance costs for ice systems, glass repairs, and energy are massive. In a country with spotty communal services, keeping a super tall skyscraper running is tough. If Gazprom's finances falter amid declining gas exports, the tower could become a $1.8 billion white elephant. So, what's the truth behind Russia's frozen skyscraper? The Lakhta Center is an engineering marvel, Europe's tallest at 462 meters, with awards and sustainability cred. But its $1.8 billion cost, icy challenges, and remote location paint a picture of ambition bordering on recklessness. In a nation facing sanctions and economic strain, the tower's price tag feels like a misstep. Was it built for Gazprom's employees or to flaunt Russia's might? With Lakhta Center II on the horizon, the stakes are higher. Will Russia's frozen gamble pay off, or will it crack under the pressure? From the 357-meter observation deck, the Gulf of Finland sparkles, but the cracks are clear. Ice, costs, and unanswered questions. Is the Lakhta Center a masterpiece or a $1.8 billion mistake? Drop your thoughts in the comments. And if you love this deep dive, smash that subscribe button and ring the bell. Stay curious.